The American dream of homeownership is dead. We've got this real estate article that came out regarding housing affordability and how, according to Gen Z, housing affordability is the top voting issue, outweighing all other issues. So check this out. More than 9 in 10, 91% adults, Gen Zers say housing affordability is important when considering who they will vote for in the upcoming presidential election, making it the top issue for that generation. Gen Z were most likely to rate housing affordability as an important factor in their vote than any other issue they were asked about, including the economy, abortion, gun rights, preserving democracy, and foreign wars. They commissioned roughly 3,000 U.S. homeowners and renters and conducted by Qualtrics in February 2024. Millennials, Gen Xers, and baby boomers were all more likely to say the strength of the overall economy was an important factor in the presidential pick than any other issue. Gen Xers and baby boomers also ranked preserving democracy above housing affordability. Still, at least 80% of every generation says housing affordability is an important factor, you guys. This is absolutely incredible. Now, keep in mind, this is Gen Z. Gen Z, some of you might be asking, how do you determine who Gen Z is? Gen Z are the first generation of people who do not remember where they were, if they were born, when 9/11 happened. So that's an interesting marker there. I actually heard a few years back. But if you do not remember where you were because your age, you were too young at that time. Some of you might be older and don't remember. That's a different issue. But Gen Z is typically the first generation who does not remember where they were the morning of 9/11. So that's an interesting marker there. So keep in mind, so Gen Z is the first generation where housing affordability is the most important issue. Now, here in Silicon Valley, you guys, we know that our prices they are skyrocketed. I mean, it depends obviously on exactly what neighborhoods, but pretty much generally anywhere Silicon Valley, you are looking at very expensive prices for the first time buyer. And to be honest, the condo and townhome market is getting ignored more and more, and those prices have softened. But it's because most people, when they want to buy, they want the single family home. So single family prices have really skyrocketed here, and we don't have really any new builds for single family homes, those first time starter homes being built at all. It's as if it's prohibited here. So all these factors in our area add to that, the interest rates and all that for these high costs. Now, here's the really interesting thing. Gen Z, many of them are just graduating from college. Many of them are getting their first full-time jobs. But as we know, it's really difficult to go from college into an actual good first-time job, right? Many of them are still working in the fast food industry. After they graduate, they come home, fast food or waiting tables or something like that. Those are the first jobs before they get something that's more into their career. Now, this article also just came out. People are talking about it. California loses nearly 10,000 fast food jobs after $20 minimum wage signed last fall. Jumping down right over here, last September, Governor Newsom signed California Assembly Bill 1287 into law, which includes $20 per minimum wage for fast food workers, and Fast Food Regulatory Council, which has the authority to raise the industry's minimum wage annually. But between last fall and January, California fast food restaurants cut about 9,500 jobs, representing a 1.3% change from September 2023. So again, Gen Z right back here feeling like housing affordability is a top issue. And in addition to that, the industry that they are currently working in, their first jobs, is getting cut. About 9,500 jobs just got cut recently between last fall and this January. So, of course, Gen Z is feeling the crunch. Is the American dream dead? No, I don't think so. The American dream of owning a home, but it does mean that how to achieve that has changed. It has changed. Listen, my grandfather worked for the same company for 30 years, 40 years, for a long time. Won awards, got a placard, still has his stuff and, holds it in high honor. Worked there for so long, got a home, raised 6 kids in the home, single income. and sold that home, moved up to a bigger home, sold that home, got another bigger home, has a lot of money to retire on. The way of getting your first time home and staying in it and moving up, that has changed. No longer are people going to be able to get their job out of college and then go buy their first home. It's no, the way to achieve these things has changed. And is it harder? Is it more difficult? Sure. But does that mean that the dream of home ownership is dead? No, it's not dead. It's just going to happen a different way. And so there's a quick update on the market on what's going on, especially as we get into this political season of the presidential election coming up later this year. Again, housing affordability is Gen Z's top voting issue. You guys, let me know what you think. Feel free to call, email, or text us anytime.